So if I have this like that, yeah, and I, oh. Okay. There is apparently a bit of an issue with this cockpit thing, isn't there? Whoa! Alright guys, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish. What were you just eating there, buddy? There's nothing to eat here, is it? Interesting. Well, welcome back to another episode. As you can see, I've been fairly busy. This is not like the first run that I've done. I think I've done like 2 or 3 runs again by now, so yeah. I have been really busy, I have to say. And, well, there we go for the other stuff. I've got a bunch of metal now, and I hope that that's going to get us a lot further than, well, where we've come for the last episode. This stuff I'm just going to bring over once the first load is done, pretty much. Also, going to harvest the first few tomatoes down here. And I'm going to plant another few right away again, which maybe we're going to water these later on when the, when the other batch of them is done as well. But okay, so, let me show you guys my, is it in my inventory? I think so, yeah, look at that. 217 level 2 metal blocks, which is pretty great. This thing is on the floor now because I may have flipped my mining vehicle once or twice. If you guys look here very closely, you may see a few smaller differences. I was kind of getting a bit fed up with the way that the mining vehicle worked, so I decided to try and improve it a bit, and it was really just a bit of an improvement. So I just got the vehicle, the vehicles. I just got the wheels a bit further down by placing 1 block below this and 1 block below here. So they're like a bit further down and giving the vehicle a bit more like space from the floor, pretty much, which kind of makes it a bit more tilty, I have to say, because like the overall mass of the vehicle is a bit higher up, so that's kind of a bit of an issue. But then again, kind of also allows it a bit better to go up like steep inclines, which I had a lot of issues with before, and I upped this drill a bit as well, so to kind of get it off the floor and stop it getting stuck on the floor all the time when I'm trying to go up inclines. So did help out a bit. As I said, on the other hand side, I also got this thing to be a bit more tilt heavy, so yeah, kind of like so on that change, but still pretty happy with that. Wok steak here, interesting. Poor cow just died here. I just want to check out this tower here, because I remembered saying, like, oh, what's this tower actually for? Is there anything in it? It's like a few episodes ago, and I never actually checked it out. But looks like there is nothing to see right there. This thing's still refining like mad. We have, hopefully, then soon also got a bunch of tier 1 metal again, because I'm thinking I may actually be making that fuel tank this episode as well. We should have all the stuff for that we need. And potentially, if we still have enough metal, a chest. But like, priority here is going to be, I think, to actually get this vehicle kind of assembled a bit more and kind of plunk everything together a bit more. I've also got myself a few of these bars because we are going to need them for like the actual setup that I'm going for. And yeah, you can see I just organized my inventory a bit, so I kind of have a bit of a clue of how I want to build this whole thing. Now I'm just going to try and mirror what I did on the other side here. Just trying to measure with blocks pretty much where to put what. This thing apparently went right around here. Then I had that thing there. I had that thing there. I'll actually have to check out. Did I even check out yet if this works? I didn't, did I? It's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Let me try and see that first. So if I have this like that, yeah, and I, oh, okay, there is apparently a bit of an issue with this cockpit thing, isn't there? Whoa! Yeah. Do I want to get rid of that for now, maybe? I think that's a bit dangerous, isn't it? I still would like a cockpit kind of style. I don't know. What's this? What is this? Do you guys see that? What happened here? That thing just go invisible because, like, the wheel was too close or something? Let me try that again. Is that like the wheel being too close potentially? I'm really not sure if that was like that the last time we set it up that way. Or if that just now happened. Weird. That's super weird. I don't know why that happened, but okay. Let me try and get myself into here. So, nothing happening for a start. Which could be because we don't have any fuel in here yet, and the engine is not on. Got 2 fuel in here still. I actually need to farm fuel again, by the way. But let me turn the engine on here for a second and try that again. No, still nothing. Get rid of that thing. Okay, that actually works just as I intended it to work. Also, we'll have to watch out with the clearance here. Look at that. It's actually interesting. I mean, that's good to be able to try that. Do I need fuel in the engine then, and does it need to be on for that to work? No. Okay, good. Alright, so we can just test that every now and again, which I think will be great because I'll need to figure out like where to actually place the bumpers. And I think just seeing that right there, what I firstly want to do probably for a start is expand this one further back one way or another. And then we'll place these chests one further back too. So I'll pick this thing up, place it here, pick this thing up, and place it here. Wait, that's the wrong way. Wrong way around. Okay. Like that? Yes. Cool. Okay. And then I'll pretty much just end that thing somewhat over here. Like the bumper that goes around this wheel will end somewhat there. Not sure if we had enough space right here, so I'll kind of leave it like this for the time being. And there goes the spring again. Why is my spring gone again? Can you guys explain that to me? Is the wheel maybe really sitting too close and kind of bugging it out that way? Because, like, that's super weird, isn't it? I really don't know about that one. I was kind of getting excited about the spring being, like, all that apparent there and looking that kind of cool, but... okay. Well, I think maybe we can make it somewhat like this here, I think this would look somewhat cool. Okay, so let's try and mirror that on this side then. We will end the bumper right where the cockpit ends pretty much. So like all this needs to go. And then we will have this right here. We'll have that right there. And this bumper will sort of be going out like that too. Okay. And then we'll just kind of mirror the same thing for the front wheels right here. So actually I also made more bearings than we needed, which maybe that's not a bad thing, because I think if we get the proper cockpit right, we could create, like, we could change this vehicle so it's kind of steering both on front and back wheels. I think that would be pretty cool. I would like that idea, actually. It's going to kind of be a matter as well, probably, of how well it is going to work out. But, I mean, I think we should maybe consider that. Let's see about that. But here we go. I did make a mistake, though. I think this needs to go one further up to actually kind of match up with the other side. So, God, let's do that. Yeah, like that? Yeah, that looks better. Okay, cool. So down we go again. Then we need the spring, which is probably going to disappear again for whatever reason. If you guys know why that's happening to me, by the way, you know, just let me know down below in the comments. That would be absolutely awesome to know. If like I'm thinking kind of the wheel may be too close and that's kind of bugging the visuals out. I would hope that the spring's actually still there at the very least. Which I guess I can check that out, can't I? It's like you should be able to set... Yeah, okay, so the spring is still there. You can kind of just set... What does that change? I'm really not quite sure. Probably set the spring strength, I guess. So we will probably need to up that eventually when the vehicle becomes heavier and everything. But there we go. Okay, two wheels already set up then. I'm gonna get rid of this thing for a second, and oh yeah, we definitely need to up the stiffness on... Ah, look at that. Oh, so that's only... The springs are only gone because they were fully compressed, so it's not actually a visual bug. It was just the springs being totally compressed there. I see how it is. But looking at this, that's kind of crazy, right? We will need a bunch of component kits to upgrade these. Because look at how close this still is to the ground. That's actually interesting. Okay. Just checking this out. Everything is turning just fine, which is great. This is kinda... Is it still glitching into it? It's glitching into that inner part, which I don't have on the other side, so I can get rid of that. It looks like it's kind of glitching into the outer part of the bumper there, right? Look at that. Okay. So, let me fix this part first. Do we maybe... I think let's maybe do it like that then. I think that's good. Okay. So I'm going to mirror the same thing right here. Pretty much. Just like that. Yeah? Was that the way that I did it? It was not. Of course it wasn't. So... Wait, no. What? I'm getting confused. Alright, we got 1 out, 2 out, and then up. Got 1 out, and then up. Which is not the way that we want to do it. 1 out, 2 out, up. What? Oh, I have not offset this chest yet. I see how it is. I see how it is. I thought I had offset it. Maybe just accidentally didn't do that? I don't... Oh, no, I think I wanted to place it backwards, but then, like, closed it in on that. I see how it is. Okay. So we do definitely want stuff to be more like this then, yeah? Yep, that closes in the wheel. We want to go up here, and we want to go up right here. Just like that. And that makes a lot more sense, and that kind of explains why I was getting all that confused right there as well. Okay, let's check that out. Does that work? Bumping a bit into the front bumper, I'll have to say, but I think we're going to keep it that way. I think that's fine. Cool. So, like, we'll need some design from the front here, right? Because, like, this looks pretty boxy still, obviously, but I'm trying to get the usefulness there first, if that makes sense. So, like, design the vehicle to, like, some actual usefulness, like, stuff being protected and whatever, and then, like, I want to go from there pretty much. So, what just happened there? I don't quite know, but let me up this right here, get a little wall in there, just like that. Hello? Hello? Okay, that's, whoa. Kind of not quite doing what I want, but there we go. Gonna cover this thing up pretty much. I think that's a bit of an issue, just having a port back here, because I won't be able to actually access the engine properly. Maybe I can just make this tilt or something? Just tilt away? Is that an idea? Potentially. Okay, so I would then close off these chests from the top a bit as well, most definitely. Probably actually fully enclose them, would I not? So more like this. I think that's the way that I want to do it. I just kind of want to protect them too. Not as much as the engine maybe, because I don't really have that many materials, but still, you know, kind of enclose them like that. Okay. I think that's a start. Alright, getting this back on the left then. As I said before, I definitely want to go a bit further out here to be able to have another 2 chests in the future. So sort of like that. Let me check how many blocks wide these actually are there. 3. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 even. Okay, that's good. And then behind that, I would have the wheel construction again. Right, so it would be 1, 2, 3, and then the wheel. So going back inwards as well then. How many out is this? This is 2 out. So I would go 1, 2 inwards, 1, 2, 3, This is where we have the wheel. So let me already just plunk something down here just to indicate that. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. Wheel. Just like that. And then how many is it going to be? Like 3 again or something? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 is going to be where the bumper is. So like 3 space for the wheel. And then this is kind of going to be the end of the vehicle here. And look at the amount of mats we're using for this thing. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, but I think that gives us somewhat of a plan. Now, I am going to place bearings on here, right? Because if we want to end up steering this vehicle on all axles, that's just kind of, you know, future-proofing us for us, right? So we could end up deciding, you know, maybe we don't even want that at all and just not use the bearings. But if we actually, or when we actually get a proper seat and have the ability to do more things with it, like we can just come back and attach it real quick without having to pick apart the entire thing. And I'm actually noticing that I'm missing exactly one of these bars, which is kind of annoying, but I should have a bunch more metal by now. Speaking of which, let me place this aside and actually finish refining this stuff over here too while we're actually doing things. So I'm going to put this down here. That's just going to work away. Perfect. And here's another 50 metal only. Wow. I'm already running into material constraints again, guys. I've literally made like 6 or 7 mining trips by now, and we're still not done, which is absolutely crazy, I think. I think that's pretty crazy. But okay. So. What I wanted was another one of these right here, which only costs 1 metal, so it's pretty affordable. Just going to wait for that real quick. Then we are going to finish setting up wheels, and then theoretically that would already allow us to get going if we really wanted to. But I don't think we're quite there yet, to be honest. Gonna find out what else we want to put on this. I also have to find out what to do, like how to make this engine more accessible for us, which I really don't quite know yet, I have to say. It's going to be a tricky one. I'm pretty sure. But let me get these 2 suspension pieces first. I'm going to set those up right here. Is that actually up high enough? No, it's not. Wait, what? No, that's good. Okay, that just looked a bit weird. That's actually not up high enough. I was kind of... Okay. Whoa. Bye. Alright, new try then. Another 2 on top of here. Yeah. I'm kind of like... I'm really not sure why I didn't notice that I still had 2 of those that I didn't use for whatever reason. But here we go then. That should be a lot better. And I actually need another 2 of these to just place below the suspension. How am I misplanning that so badly? So another 2 right there. Those are going to be done in 20 seconds, which gives us enough time to just set up the suspension quickly right here. I can also just turn that up to max strength right away, because we're definitely going to need more than just that. But for the time being, that's at least something. Then let me get these 2 pipes here, just like that. And that way we're going to have ourselves a nice little bit of suspension whenever I get this a bit higher up, because that's easier to access that way. So 1, 2. Wait, you can set bearings in between things. That's actually interesting. I didn't know that you could do that afterwards. I thought you always had to take parts away. That's great to know. But there we go. 1. And hello. They're all very interested in my new vehicle, aren't they? I like it. Okay, there goes the other. Did I place bearings everywhere now? Because I've got 1 spare and I thought I had made just exactly how many I needed. But apparently I'm missing 1. Huh, I knew it. I've got 1 here, I'm not... Yeah, okay. So this suspension just looks a bit weird in the air because it just goes back to its old compression state, not to like, well, max extension when I get it on the lift for some reason. This thing also is floating in thin air, which is interesting. But here we go. So this is kind of like the vehicle design that I want to go for. Well, once I actually have enough mats. So, kind of still a bit of a constraining factor there, I think. Why am I not? Oh yeah, I'm standing in the way. Okay. I was kind of wondering why that was all red right there. Already getting super worried and everything. But no, that's good then. I'm just gonna try and kind of scheme the way that I would want this to be. And this part is kind of a bit of a concern for me. I also think, like, somewhere here I would probably want my bed. Actually, looking at this thing, I could maybe even have some chests back here too, which would be interesting. What I definitely want to do is I want to reinforce this a bit, so this can't be easily picked apart by some nasty bot that we find. I'm also going to set up some back bumpers in front of the wheels just to protect them a bit already. With the current setup we have got going, and look at the size of this thing. I think this is absolutely crazy, just the size of this creation. And what I also kind of like, I'll have to say, is that, like, accidentally I apparently put these wheels a bit further outwards than the others. Yeah, I kind of forgot, I'll have to say. No, did I? Did I actually forget? I'll actually have to check this. So this is only 1 block further out. This one's 2 blocks further out. Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, that's a bit of a mess up, isn't it? So this thing has to go 1 further in here. Let's pick this apart once more. That obviously needs to be aligned. Like, I couldn't live with that kind of symmetry mess up. So, still kind of nice, I think. Just having it, like, 1 block further out, I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that overall. Just need to actually get things aligned properly and keep some symmetry up here, because that is always very important. So, getting that all the way up then. Getting that back down. Suspension is going to be set up right here. And this thing needs to go up again slightly. For that, then that, then that. And I've got a spare bearing. Now I'm kind of wondering, right? Oh, now I can't do that? I could just do it there? Are you for real? Are you for real? Everything back to the start, just because I forgot that one steering bearing right there. I mean, at least I even noticed, you know? We kind of... Even more annoying if we now closed that all in. Came back, like, when we have the proper seat and be like, wait, where's that bearing? Then I have to pick everything apart again. This way, at least, we don't have to pick half the car apart again, but just like the suspension. Because I just set it up the wrong way slightly. But there we go now. That is kind of the intended result. Okay, so that's great. I'm gonna have to extend this bumper out 1 2 further. Did I really pick that much off the bumper, or did I just not extend it out properly? I'm really not sure. But this is kind of the setup I would then want to go for. So, sort of like... Oh, right, I was standing in the way again. Okay, I'm sorry. Sort of like that. Also, I'm going to make a fuel tank, I think. We are kind of low on metal, I'll have to admit. But I would like to get at least 1 fuel tank in there, so I think that is something that we should get off the list. And I'm just going to do it, honestly. And what else do I need? I need 2 glue, which I should have in here. A bunch of glue still. Awesome. Throwing that in there then. Getting the glue. Where's my glue at now? Glue back in there. And the spare paint. And that thing's going to be done in like 50 seconds, which is going to be awesome. The other thing that I'll have to say I really don't like so far is that this cockpit thing doesn't seem to work whatsoever. Which I'm honestly kind of sad about. Because like that windshield, I would really like to have it on top of my actual vehicle here. I mean, I think for looks, it looked really cool. It's just that, like, I am not really quite sure how to get that to work. Yeah. Like, really not quite sure there. Also, I kind of think I just got an idea of how to actually tilt this thing to open up, which would be great. Actually not sure how to separate this though. Okay. But like, yeah, I mean, see, I would want to have something like this going on here. And then just be able to somehow enter it. But I'm kinda, yeah, like, well, see, I could have it open right here. Just try and enter it this way, but oh god, I'm gonna so get flung out the second I exit this, am I not? At least I can see the inside of my character, who doesn't love when that happens. And there I go. Oh god, holy! That's like an ejection seat right there. I mean, you know, if I get into big trouble with the bots and everything, that's gonna help. But well, still not gonna fix the issue with the view, unfortunately. So I don't think I can use that for now, unless you guys have any idea. If you do, please let me know down below in the comments, because I really kind of clueless about what to do with this. I'm just gonna leave it open like this for the time being, you know, maybe for like our first test drive and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely gonna need to do something about that. Now, what I am already gonna set up is I'm gonna set up the drive for the back wheels. We're not gonna have more for the time being until we actually manage to upgrade the vehicle. Not the vehicle, but the engine. Springs should be at max strength. And I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna have to keep it like this for a start, because I'm thinking that we may otherwise be running into the issue of this thing becoming a bit too heavy. If we like actually finish it off, at least for like the current state of the suspension, if that makes sense to you guys. So I'm thinking we should try it out. The issue being really that this thing is nowhere near completion. I obviously need a lot more metal for it, but maybe we should actually try and use it for some exploration and getting some component kits before we carry on. Because like, jeez. No, wait, I didn't set up the suspension. Okay, that's better. Front suspension? Messed up as well? Nope. Okay, there's a lot of weight in the front because obviously there's a lot of metal blocks here. And yeah. Okay, maybe we can lower that strength to 3 back here to kind of get things a bit more level and stop this thing from plowing itself into the ground. But wow, that thing's like barely sitting off the surface. That's crazy. Okay, but yeah, I think that's kind of the reason that we should probably just start using it, because I think it is usable, right? It's got a bit of strength to it, so I think that's good. It's got 2 chests to it, so we've got some space to fit things into, and we are going to get a fuel tank for it. So I think it's at least in usable state. It's nowhere close to what I want to have in the very end. I want to have this properly designed, obviously, not just be this boxy kind of thing that it is now. I want to have like bumpers and kind of like these parts hidden away a bit. I want to have a bed in here. That's maybe like, I think maybe I can put it on top of here and just tilt it off to be able to access this, because I need to access the engine to like be able to upgrade it, and that thing is bigger than I thought it was. I have to say that. That's bigger than I thought it was. A lot bigger. Interesting. Actually, could I, like, turn it like this, though? Okay, so I could theoretically... That's actually, interesting. Okay, maybe I'm going to put the engine, like, further back and kind of sink this in here. That could be an idea. Oh, God, that wasn't the plan. Okay, not quite sure how to do that yet. I'm just going to plunk it back here for the time being to have like some fuel storage. And there's a lot of fuel fitting into that, which is great. I'm really looking forward, by the way, to the whole fuel farming automation. Because, yeah, if you guys remember, like, I was always like, oh, I've got so much fuel anyways, but now that is kind of a bit different, I'll have to say. Actually using quite a lot of it, and farming that is kind of a bit of a tedious process for me right now. So what I really would like to do here for a second, though, is I'm going to power up this engine. Whoa! You're not supposed to get going already, mate. Wait, is that... These things are not supposed to be steering already. And this thing is not supposed to be driving already, which is probably down to me not connecting that up. Okay. Ah. Okay, so there is an issue with having these bearings already, is there? Okay. Alright. So we will need to get rid of those, actually, until we get a proper seat. Look at that. That's madness right there. Okay. Well, cool. Alright. I think let me place this back on the lift then. And let me turn off the engine here real quick. If I can find it. We're already out of gas? Seriously? We literally just started the thing up. It's not like I even moved it anywhere or anything. Jeez, I think the weight of this thing is a bit crazy, isn't it? Wow. Okay, well, we'll need a lot of fuel for that, so I think I will have to do a bit of fuel farming. I'll also be doing a bit more mat farming, and then I think next episode it is going to be time to actually take this thing out for a first test drive, maybe do some exploring, see if we can't find ourselves some nice component kits to start upgrading the engine for some efficiency, and upgrading the springs for a bit more weight tolerance. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for the next episode. For the time being, guys, I think this is going to be it for this episode. I do hope that you guys enjoy yourselves and that you like where I'm going with this vehicle. Please leave me your feedback down below in the comments. That would be absolutely awesome. And if you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to hit that like button down below, as that does always very much help out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to stay up to date on all my future upcoming videos. But as always, guys, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.